Do something with a laptop?
Yeah, it's you issue. You.
Jesus, it's us. It's us.
It's you. Can you hear me?
Yes,
You motherfuckers.
we deserve that.
You had me going around throwing my phone. Of course, it's my fault because I'm a girl, right? So it's like,
No.
obviously.
No, it's because you're blonde.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Welcome, fellow Lushes. Come on in, pull up a bar stool, and enjoy some cocktails with Dimples and the Beard.
It's game night. What are we playing?
Uno?
Boring. Monopoly?
No way. I hate that game.
How about FU?
How about FU?
No. FU the game.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes more sense.
FU the game is fast, brutal, and easy to learn. No rules, no setup, just chaos.
That's right. Every round, somebody's getting screwed. Trash talk is a requirement.
Perfect for game night, parties, or pre-drinking with friends. You're not afraid to lose.
So skip the boring games
And play FU the game.
because every game night needs a good FU.
And then it was poop all night.
Hot sauce problems? Anyway, welcome back to another episode of Cocktails with Dimples and the Beard. Tonight, we're hanging out with Lauren Allen, a comedian who's not afraid to keep it unfiltered. She's the host of the Suicide Mike down in Austin, and she proudly calls herself, are you ready for this?
I'm not.
A dead daddy's girl.
I don't get it.
We love her for that raw, real humor, of course, because that's how we do it. So grab a drink and let's get into it with Laura.
I'm excited about it. Let's open the tavern because we are going to drink some. I'm going to drink two things tonight, but go right ahead.
You're going to drink two things. I'm going to drink one thing.
Yep. I don't think I need two things, but okay.
So this is how cool our friends at Lunar Soda are. Lunar Soda sent us a 4-pack, a sample pack, and it had delicious flavors. It had grape.
Orange, grape,
Orange.
root beer,
Root beer.
Dr. Pepper.
Professor Pepper. Let's not violate copyright, trademark infringement, or anything like that. They call it Professor.
Doctor had
Pepper.
nothing to do with it.
And they were all delicious, but we are both giant fans of cream soda. So I sent our friends at Lunar a message and said, I'm interested in buying one of your sample packs because we like your stuff so much. You hear that? Yes, we will buy it because it's so good. But I would like to substitute some of the flavors for cream soda because we love cream soda. And what did Lunar say? What did they say?
Fuck you. No, they didn't. I'm just kidding. They said, let's see what we can do for you, buddy.
They said, you know what we'll do?
We'll just
send you some. So they sent us 4 cans of their cream soda. And it got here like a week ago. And I'm sorry, Lunar, I couldn't wait.
There's only 2 left, so I get 1. I get 1 out of 4.
You know what? As soon as you start getting us some free Lunar sodas, you can drink more than one. All right. So,
But he's right, and we do appreciate it. Messing around, but I love cream soda. And
cream soda.
oh my god,
Yeah. I know. It just tastes like a good old can of
That's just
A&W
cream
cream soda.
soda.
No, I don't want to even say that. It doesn't taste like a can of A&W cream soda. You know why? A&W cream soda is junk.
no, this is genuine vanilla cream soda.
Yeah. It's so good.
You can taste the true flavors come
And
through on it.
And guess what? An hour from now, you're going to be like, oh,
Yeah, we're going to apologize to our guests right away.
giggle soda. We go and have the giggles. No, I don't think we should apologize when we drink this stuff before a comedian comes on.
That's true. We'll just
Because
go, but
it only helps their cause.
we'll let her know. But I'm going to sip as we do on our great friends at Great Lakes Distillery with Repel Reserve.
Repeal.
What did I say?
Repel.
God damn it!
We're not climbing
You
down.
understand? Anyways, it's
Can't understand the words that are coming out of my
straight
mouth.
rye whiskey. Thank you again. I fuck it up.
Rye whiskey. I sing that.
So I'm going to sip that as we go too, because
That's a
I
great idea.
can't help but have some of their stuff as we go.
Well, I hope you sip a lot of it because when this is empty for me, I'm just going to reach for your can, start drinking out of
Fucking
it.
hands off my cream soda.
Because this shit is fucking 10 out of 10.
You know
would
what?
recommend.
Yeah. Look at you go. And I did love their orange. Well, we tried them all. The orange was delicious, and the root beer was so good. But
every one of their flavors.
Favorite, and I've only had 2 sips.
What is it? A little taste of nostalgia is their.
That's true.
And they do their old fountain soda tasting, and they make you giggle.
They make you giggle. We'll leave it at that. Go check them out, Lunar Soda.
Absolutely.
Please check them out. That's great. So The only thing I have to talk about is it was Christmas. My dad was up. We got together as a family. And as we went on, what I was talking about. So you remember the toilet game I got for us?
I do, yeah. We were going to play on episode something or other, our Christmas episode, but we didn't get to it.
So jam-packed we couldn't. We will play again sometime. I've played it over the holidays. I got one of these for my nephew.
Mm-hmm.
He's in college.
Oh, okay.
And I thought, bring it back to college with your college buddies, drinking soda, playing the game. They could come up with some good drinking games. So that was poop number one that we brought up, which was funny. And they broke it out, and he was racing with my grandson. And then a bunch of us had races.
Poop races.
So I opened my gift.
Poop races.
Poop races.
Nice. I like a good poop race.
And then we'll have to use these maybe on game night.
Ooh.
Then my son gave me toilet shot glasses.
I saw those.
So I got toilet shot glasses. My dad's just sitting there bringing it in, and we're talking a lot about that. And then I got as another gift a coffee mug that says, "Coffee makes me poop."
Yeah.
So there's a theme going on of it just was poop all night.
Yeah. Coffee makes you poop because you're gay, according to your other coffee mug.
Put the coffee mugs together. So here we are going to and I could just see like, okay. So we get home. I bring the gifts. He stayed with me. And the next day we woke up. We're sitting around, and he got serious for a minute. He goes, I got two things to say to you. I want to bore you with the first one. The second was, take that poop cup, everything dealing with poop, the toilet, and just throw it in the garbage. You just don't want people seeing that when they come over to your house. Just get rid of it. You do what you want, but I would just throw it away. He was muddling it all night.
Wow.
We kept talking about poop all night.
I think you should give him that mug next year for Christmas.
Yep.
And then when he doesn't want it, be like, no worries. I got you this pair of shoes.
I don't wear them fuckers some night. You know what I mean? But until then, and you want to hear more poop stories, we talk about poop a lot. Anyways, you want to hear more poop stories, go check us out on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all that good stuff. But the big one, YouTube. Leave us a comment, a like, smash that like button, give us a comment, which would be nice. We appreciate it. And other thing you can do, go to backoftheroomtees.com if you want some swag to go with it. Search up in the for Cocktails with Dimples of the Beard and order yourself up some merch.
We'd appreciate it.
Tavern's already open. We just better not keep a pretty lady waiting.
All right. So without further ado, member of the Dead Daddies Club, Lauren Allen. Thank you very much for joining us, Lauren Allen. We will make sure that everybody knows just how horrible we were to you, but we really appreciate you coming on and spending some time with us. And you were such a trooper through all of this. So thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I was going to say, thanks for your patience, but from the sounds of her throwing her phone, it's more just being a trooper. Thanks for being a trooper.
Yeah. No, it's no problem. I was really excited to do this. So I really I love doing podcasts so much. So I love talking about myself. So I was really looking forward to doing that. And I was like, I'm going to fight to the death to be able to talk about myself. And we have done it.
And that's absolutely what we love to hear. There is nothing better that comes from a guest's mouth is that I love to talk about myself. Let's go. So,
I'll
that's
tell
what
you
we want.
anything you want to know. I'm an open book, which is why my reputation sucks. So let's do it.
Well, let's start right at the top. Dead Daddy's Girl.
Yes.
That is literally on your Instagram bio.
I wasn't a daddy's girl until he died, because then he died and I was like, oh, fuck, I did love him, you know?
Oh,
yeah.
What age did this occur? At what age were you scarred?
So my dad died, the 6-year anniversary just passed. So I was a month away from turning 21. So I was 20. It was a month before my birthday because, not a big deal. He never got me anything anyways. So, but he died right before Thanksgiving, which is actually like also a nice parting gift because like that was like his holiday because he lived in Long Island.
Okay.
And so my siblings and I would go for Thanksgiving every year once we got older, and we'd spend it with my grandparents and him, and that was like his holiday. And it was always so much fun, and like we always got like so drunk, and we smoked Jeebs in the garage and got really high. And then he would like pull my grandma's wig off at some point, and it was awesome. And then he like died 2 days before Thanksgiving on that year.
Well,
So it
sounds
was
like
like
he really didn't
that's
want to celebrate Thanksgiving that year.
yeah, I guess he didn't have as much fun as, we did. I thought we had a good time every year. I guess,
He was faking it all along.
Yeah.
dude, just an overachiever. It's like just cancel next time, dude. You don't have to fucking croak. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that is a very extreme way of getting out of Thanksgiving. I mean, I'm not a Thanksgiving guy. I hate Thanksgiving, but I'm not
It's
going to die to get out of it.
it's always my favorite thing when I like tell dad jokes, and then afterwards, like an audience member will come up to me and they'll be like, "Is your dad really dead?" And I'm like, either that or he's pulling one hell of a prank. Like,
Yeah.
like,
What would you do? What
yeah.
would you do if 5 years from now he's like, "Hey, just kidding."
Do you know I have actually thought of this scenario where
Oh,
like
really?
yes, where I'm like, is he like really just like fucking with us? Like like I thought of a scenario where like cuz my dad like he was an addict growing up, and he also like drove without a license for 16 years and kept getting caught. So he was like yeah.
So he's not a good driver.
So
A real
he's the
serious
best
criminal.
yeah, well, so he was a good driver. It's just like, when you smoke crack while driving,
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's really
tend
tough.
to miss a blinker or two. So he he was very well known in the legal system in upstate New York in this small town. Like he was like the no license bandit basically. Like and so I wouldn't be surprised if he got himself in like a bunch of trouble like one last time and then like faked his death. Like that's so something he would have done. So I've actually
Okay.
thought about this scenario.
Yeah, and how would you handle it? Well, what would you give
Um
him a hug or would you punch him in the
I think like
throat?
part of me would be like I think like I would check myself into a psych ward first because I'd be like I'm losing my
Mm.
fucking mind. Like I just
Yeah.
saw my dead dad. Like I don't it's hard to say because an idea like that is so not plausible. And like I would be like, what is my life? Am I in a Lifetime movie right now? What is going on? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't
Yeah,
know. I'd
yeah.
like to say in the moment I would be really mad, but I think like if he like genuinely showed up and was like, "It's me, it's dad, I'm really sorry." I think I would just cry and like just be really relieved.
I just
I
couldn't
think I would
afford
just be
Thanksgiving
happy.
that year.
Yeah, then I would be like, fucking call dead grandma because it's time to get that turkey in the fucking oven.
Who's
We've
cooking
got 6
now?
years of we've got 6 years of Thanksgivings to make up for.
That's a big ass turkey.
Okay. Okay.
The big ass
Well,
well,
y-
thankfully we
you,
get high. So
Yeah, so do we. Look at Lunar Soda. Have you ever had? It's delicious.
I don't actually smoke weed anymore. I'm New York sober. I just drink.
That's okay. That's the opposite of
the
LA
opposite
sober.
of LA sober.
Yeah, and I'm New York sober. I just drink alcohol. I actually don't
I,
smoke weed anymore.
I feel like you're making that up. I've never heard anybody say New York sober before.
No, yeah, that's my thing. I made that up.
Okay, all right.
I'm a
I just wanted to make
genius.
sure I wasn't out of the loop.
Give her credit,
I
man.
don't steal people's shit, dude. What is like I'm a genius. Yeah, I made that up. I'm New York sober.
I like it.
So I'm guessing smoking, you never smoked crack with your dad.
I did do cocaine the last time I saw him with him, but I never have smoked. No, I've never smoked crack. But I
So,
did dabble a little bit in its cousin, cocaine.
and what is your experience? And do you continue on, or did you get scared
With coke?
with coke? Yes,
Yeah.
we're very
So,
interested.
yeah. So when a couple of years ago, I was dating a guy, and we were together a long time, and he introduced me to coke, and it was kind of just like a fun thing we'd do on the weekends. And then I started to realize like maybe he had more of a problem with it, and because of that like I was getting into a problem with it.
Yeah.
And I always say like I was never addicted to it, right? Like it was never on a work night, it was never it never put me in debt. It never, but
Sure.
I definitely at some point had a problem, right? Like where it was like I could not go out on the weekends and not get a bag.
Sure.
Like it was not fun anymore just to drink. And that's when that was the problem. And so it was never like it was never detrimental to my life. But like
Sure.
at some point I was like, okay, it probably is going to be. And then he winded up being like just a huge piece of shit. And that ended really bad. And I kind of had to restart my life at 23 years old. Like
Okay.
move back home into my high school bedroom, lost
Oh.
all my friends because they were his friends. And I like lost my job right around that same time. Like I started rock bottom. And then I made a new friend group of my own and they were really big into partying. This is Saratoga Springs, New York. It was all about young crowd, just it was everywhere. And so it now I am like heartbroken and like I'm now like 23, single for the first time in my adult life, and I just raged for the next 2 years. And again, like not an addict, but like definitely couldn't have a sip of beer without being like, "Who's got a bag?"
Oh, yeah.
So it was, yeah, but now it's
You
been, and then
enjoyed it, obviously.
I loved it. I mean,
Oh.
I'm on the spectrum. So like, and I also have sleep apnea. So like I'm exhausted all the time and uncomfortable all the time,
You're the
which is like
hottest person on
cocaine.
earth with sleep apnea.
Yeah, I know.
I
I
thought
have a
sleep
C
apnea was only for fat white dudes.
I have a CPAP machine. I sleep with it. I'm dead ass. And I have it severe too. Like
That's
what
all I could think of when he said that. I'm like envisioning you with a
yeah.
mask and like, oh, she's so hot.
Sleeping next to
every time I
hot Darth
go
Vader.
every time I go to a new doctor and they read my chart, they're like, "You don't have sleep apnea. You're skinny and young." And I'm like, "Well,
Yeah.
no, I did a 2-day sleep study." And every doctor always says the same thing. They're shocked. I think I was born with it, I think.
Oh,
And it
wow.
was just like another one of God's, gifts.
Yeah.
To me,
Thank you.
I am a walking contradiction. That's what I always say. Like I used
Well,
to
yeah,
have
I gotta.
huge,
I mean, I have to.
I'm 5 foot nothing and I'm 110 pounds and I used to have huge tits.
Oh. And
Okay.
Yeah.
it went
So I
where?
got a reduction
Oh,
and they took 5 pounds out.
holy shit.
So like literally a walking contradiction. Like I'm a Sagittarius, but I'm autistic. So like a Sagittard, I guess. Like total.
we're hearing some good words tonight.
Oh, fuck.
That's
Total-
amazing. That's amazing.
Thank you. Everything about me is like the opposite of me. Like I'm literally a walking contradiction. Like I'm young, I'm skinny, I have sleep apnea. Like I'm small, I used to have huge tits. Sagittarius is known to be like super spontaneous and wild and loud, which I am all those things, but then I am very much diagnosed on the spectrum, which is very much the opposite, like needing a plan and needing a routine. And I just contradict myself in all ways. Like God, like literally put me together like a fucking platypus. Like he was high
He was
and
smoking
thought
crack
everything
when
he
he
was. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Or my dad was smoking crack when he made me. Like one
Well,
of the
that-
two. Somebody was smoking crack.
Yeah. So I got to know why you're New York. So why do you? Because most people go to the. I mean, the LA seems to be the more popular thing because weed doesn't really give me hangovers. Doesn't do all. So why are you
Mhm.
off weed and only drink?
So I used to like before when I got to college, that's when I really started to smoke weed. And like I was smoking weed like Jeeves. Like I don't know if you know what Jeeves are, but it's like the homemade gravity bongs.
Okay.
And I would put tobacco on top of my weed and rip that like 8 times in a row and then like go serve tables. Like I was a huge pothead. And in high school I was a straight A kid, student, didn't party, college did a 180. And then I think like one day, couple years in, I think somebody just started to put anxiety in my weed. Like, I don't know.
bastard.
Somebody was sneaking into my house and sprinkling in panic attack into my weed.
Yeah.
And I just like started, I don't know, it just like it also wasn't fun anymore and I was getting older and and then I discovered cocaine and I was like, okay, I think I'm an upper kind of gal.
Sure.
Obviously, yeah.
And now, so then like so then I stopped like years ago smoking weed and every once in a while I'll take like a small hit, but it really just makes me tired now.
Sure.
I just like don't at this point. I don't know what changed. Like I just didn't like getting high anymore. And then with Coke, I stopped doing that when I started comedy. I
Okay.
found something to so I found something that ignited my soul again for the first time in years, like something that I had lost so long ago. And
Yeah.
which is a lot, which is like a big reason of why people get into drugs, right? They're trying to fill something that they've lost
Right.
or that maybe they never had. And that's definitely what I was trying to do, is like fill this void of like losing my dad and losing like my first relationship with somebody that I like really trusted, that like totally turned out to be somebody different.
Yeah.
Like learning to forgive myself for letting myself stay in a physically abusive relationship. And then I found comedy and I just like did my first stand-up set and that was it. Like 6 months later, I'm living in Austin and I just did comedy and I was like, okay, this has ignited my soul again. And if I want to do this and I want to do it right, like I can't be doing this. So I literally cut
Can't
out that
half-ass it.
entire friend group.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, back
I
to your
cut out that friend group and I got a third job to save up for my move. So it was like I didn't even have time to
Oh.
go out anymore. That took up so much of my time. I was working like I didn't have a day off at one point for like over 30 days
Jesus.
to save up to move here. So that was like made it a lot easier to stop going out on the weekends. And then
Yeah.
when I
That'll do
moved
it.
to Austin, I definitely, when I was introduced to the scene and met people, I definitely dabbled a bit in it again, but like way more controlled, where it wasn't like I was calling someone at 6 in the morning being like, I'll come anywhere you are. It was
Yeah.
much more like, okay, like I did a bump or two and like this is cool. And then at that point I could now drink, without feeling the need to do it because it had been so long. So I was like, okay, great. Now I can like I trust myself to have a couple of drinks and I don't feel like it's fun again just to drink, you know?
Yeah.
And then I started dating when I moved to Austin, I started dating a comic, a guy here who had never done coke and he was a
Oh,
dad and
boy.
stuff, and that made it easier to never go back. So
Yeah.
Okay.
now I'm like 2
So,
years sober for the most part.
and are you still dating a comic?
It's complicated.
Oh, there it is. That's more like it. The sweetness. I'm
Um,
dating a comic. Never has been said before.
It always is.
no, yeah, I mean, he was very well respected when I met him. He was very well respected comic in the scene. He was loved by everybody. And it was, but like comedy eventually seeps its way. I feel like when you date a comic, it adds like 10 years onto the relationship. We did couples therapy 6 months in, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, because
Yeah.
it adds like
That's
10
complicated.
years. Yeah. But he had never done coke and like he knew that I had done it, and so when I moved to Austin, I dabbled with it a little bit again, very little. Like in a very not a problem way, but still was like, I don't want to go down that slope again. And then I started dating him and it was like a lot easier.
Sure.
In August, I did like do a small night of a relapse and I was very disappointed in myself, but I was very open and honest with my family and even like my boyfriend at the time, like that I had a really bad night and I made a really bad mistake, and that for me was like proof of like, okay, yeah, even one night of dabbling in something like this can blow up my whole life. And so I think it was like I needed one more night to realize like, okay, yeah, I'm done with this forever. Like I
Sure.
don't
Well,
even want to think about it anymore. So
well,
now
good
I
for
just
you. Yeah.
drink very lightly. I've never been a huge drinker anyways. So New York
You seem like
sober,
you'd be
baby.
more like you like to be out socially, and that's why you
Yeah.
drink. You have a drink.
Yeah, I think like with the autism, it's nice to have one drink and lighten up and have a little fun. I am allergic to alcohol.
Oh,
So
wait, hold on. What?
So what do you drink?
Wait, but that's what I do is drink.
so it's like an allergy, like if you're allergic to
Yeah.
cats, right? You could still be around cats, but you're gonna break out in hives and you're gonna be itchy. And that's kind of so if I have more than like I get drunk a lot faster. And then I know I'm getting really drunk when my lips go numb and I start to get hives. Yeah. So I can only
Well,
have like
I mean,
mixed
and which is
drinks.
perfect for when you're, single and out and about. The hives
Yeah.
break out. That's the hot.
Yeah, I love that. I just tell them like I don't know, I'm nervous. Like you make me
It's
you
not
make me
herpes,
so
I swear.
yeah, you make me so nervous. I'm blushing in my neck. I don't know. But yeah, like if I took a shot of straight liquor, I would probably I would actually instantly like throw that up. My body would instantly reject it. So I can only do like a very small mocktail, maybe 2 or 3. And then after that, I would start to have, an allergic reaction.
Okay.
I think I'd go back to smoking weed.
See, like I'm a fucking alcoholic who's allergic to alcohol. Walking contradiction. Make it make
Yeah.
sense. Make it make sense, God. What the fuck?
These
I got a feeling that it'll never make sense.
lunar
No.
soda does not. It does not. It's not anxiety inducing.
No. I remember like I do smoke a little bit, very little. Like for example, I don't know, you guys know Big J Okerson, the comedian. Love him.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Big J Okerson is by far not only like one of the funniest comics I've ever known, but like just the funniest person. Like he's
Yeah.
like that off stage. I mean, just comedy built in his soul. Anyways, so I was in his green room once a couple months ago in Houston, and it was him and I while his opener was on stage. And he, had a fatty blunt, and he's like, "You want to hit?" And I was like, "Nah, I don't smoke." And then I thought in my head, I was like, "You stupid bitch. When Big J Okerson offers you a blunt, you smoke that shit."
Yes,
So
you do.
then
Yeah.
2 seconds later, my retarded ass was like, "Yeah, you know what? I'll take a sip.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Take a sip.
I'll take a
It's-
sip of that. Like, I'm so cool."
Yeah.
And then I hit it, and he's like, "If you're nervous about getting anxious," he's like, "I get really anxious, and like I only buy weed that like makes you giggly." He's like I'm very specific about it. And he was so right, because then we just sat on the couch and watched YouTube videos on white trash families from trailer parks. And we were laughing so loud that the opener or the feature guy came back in, whoever, the opener came in, put the feature up, and he was like, "We can all hear you guys from out there." Like, you're laughing so loud. And we were so
Awesome.
fucking high at that point. And so, like, I will smoke, but like, only
you
if
need
famous
to-
people offer it.
You need to keep a weed journal is what you need to do, and you need to find the strains that are good for the giggles and not for the anxiety.
Yeah. The thing is like, like I said, like, I also like just don't really love to be high anymore. If I'm gonna get fucked up, it's gonna be an upper. That's what I learned about myself.
Fine.
I
Okay,
would
I
rather
quit.
like,
I'm dressed in head to toe in tie dye. I'm going to keep pushing weed until you just agree, but it doesn't sound like it's going to happen. So
And we're not going to
I'll-
push the coke because that's
I'm
not
trying to-
good for anybody.
no, I like I said, I will smoke. It's just like, I think I'm like a little, it just makes me like dumb. And I'm like a little too focus,
sure. Yeah.
Especially now with the drive for comedy is what you've been talking about.
Yeah.
So if we go back to that first night
Hmm.
of open mic, what did friends push you to go on, or what was the driver to push you to go on that time?
I don't even really know. I think I always watched comedy, and even with my brand, the suicide, brand, the suicide mic that I do, that people are like, "That's so dark." And I'm like, "No, it's actually an oxy." Yeah. I'm like, it is dark, but if you really think about it, it's actually, for me, it's an oxymoron, right? Because in those moments where I was so suicidal, comedy, saved me. Laughter really
sure.
is the best medicine. And so you can look at it as like, this is a dark brand, but in my mind, it's actually like just an oxymoron where like there is, comedy could save somebody that is feeling like this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I would watch it a lot growing up, and I even remember the first set I ever saw. I was very young, and I think it might have been Dane Cook. I was very young, like 7 or 8. Dane Cook came on the TV, and I remember listening, and I didn't know that you could say these things on TV yet, because I only saw Disney Channel. So I was like,
Yeah.
how are people allowed to talk like this on TV? And I remember that, and I didn't know what he was doing. But I think I always was told I was such a great storyteller, and all my friends were like, "You can make any story funny, and like even when it's not funny, you're interesting to listen to." And I heard that for so long, and then I also performed since I was young in plays and music on stage. I loved the stage. I loved being the center of attention. If I wasn't the lead in the school play, I wasn't doing the
say
school play.
attention. Yeah, you like attention.
Yeah, good attention though, like I don't
yeah.
like, I'm not like and I never walk into a room thinking, how can I get attention? I want attention when I'm earned it. you know, like getting the lead in the play or getting the laugh. I don't walk in a room and think like, how can I get it? And I'll do anything to get it. It's like I just will go into the room as myself, and if the attention lands on me, I'm like, cool, you know?
Yeah.
But I always loved being on stage and performing. I'm a performer. And I think it was as I got older, I saw Adam Sandler live, and that was my first comedy show live.
Mm.
And I went to Buffalo, New York to see him. I was like 24. I was pretty older, and um Adam Sandler always my dad and Adam Sandler have a really crazy resemblance. They look very similar, and like we
Oh,
always
wow.
made fun of him. Yeah, my dad looked a lot like Adam Sandler, and he was very similar in his animations and the way he acted. Very funny, raunchy, and so my dad loved Adam Sandler, and we always would watch all the Adam Sandler movies together. It was like one of our shared things was Adam Sandler. And I remember I went to Buffalo, New York to see him, and it was in the arena, and it was so like 3,000 or I don't know how 20,000 seats. Big, you know, one of the big arenas, and it was a sold out show. Completely sold out. We had very good seats, and I remember I sat in my seat, and it all filled in very quickly. And the seat next to me, I was with my friend at the time, but the seat next to me remained empty the entire night, and it was the only empty seat in the entire arena. And I'll never forget, like, realizing that halfway through, like, being like, nobody ever sat in the seat. And my friend was like, somebody bought that seat because I saw it when I bought the tickets. Like, this is a sold out show. And yeah, it was just like empty the whole night as if like, I don't know,
Your
like
dad was
maybe
sitting
my
there.
dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And it was chills down my spine. And I remember even Adam Sandler singing because he sings and usually they're really silly, dumb songs. But then he stopped for a moment in the middle of the act and he was like, I want to sing this song I wrote for my daughter who's getting older and I'm having to let go. And it was a very serious song, you know, during his act. No, in no way was it comedy. And I mean, I don't think I've ever cried so hard in my life, especially in public. I was like, the people like sitting in front of me were like fucking turning around like, like so annoyed because I had snot coming out of my nose. I'm wailing. I'm wailing. Like like dry heaving, like clutching the empty seat next to me. And that was the moment where I just all of a sudden like was like, I want to do this. This is what I'm supposed to. I want to be on that stage right now. And all my friends have always told me I'm so funny. And I just looked at my friend and I was like, I want to do that. I want to be up there. And then I think it was maybe like a couple months, still like 3 more months before I actually did the open mic. But I think I just looked I just kept saying I want to do an open mic. I want to do an open mic, but it's upstate New York. Are there even open mics around? Excuse me. And then my friend just like sent me an open mic in Saratoga Springs at the Comedy Works Club on a Friday.
Okay.
And that week, all me and my friends joined and we went and I actually had a really amazing set. I posted that clip online a couple days later, and Matt Rife's opener had come across it
Oh, wow.
and reached out about it. Now, I'm not naive to the fact that he probably wanted to fuck, but I fucked for a Big Mac once. So I was 100%.
Okay. We got a lot to unlock here in a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Big Macs are fucking
Go
good.
ahead, finish your song, but extra sauce
I
is a different story. Go ahead.
I was 100% gonna fuck for Matt Rife tickets, right? And this is right when Matt Rife blew. This is right when he blew up. He had just started the Problematic tour.
Yeah.
So I did my first comedy set, posted that before I even did my second open mic. He had reached out, his opener at the time, and was like, "Hey, we're gonna be in Waterloo, New York next week. I thought your clip was funny. You're hot. You want to bring a friend and come stay in the hotel with us and chill for the weekend?" And I was a paralegal at the time and I was sitting at my 9 to 5 job, never had met a famous person, let alone the one that's like blowing up the most in the world. I mean, all my friends were like just obsessed with this guy. And I was a very much a small town girl, like very much in my 9 to 5, a paralegal, never met a famous person, just saw my first famous person ever, like Adam Sandler, like And all of a sudden, like, I'm going to be in a green room at Matt Rife. I even messaged him and I was like, are you pranking me? Because that's really fucked up. And he was
Yeah,
like,
right.
yeah, this is what we do. We like to go around and message girls pranking them. He's like, no, you fucking retard. Come on. And I went. And
Okay.
I went with my friend and they put us in the hotel and we went to the show and then his opener and I, we hit it off and he invited me to the green room and I met Matt and then it was, we all kind of vibed so well that they were like, we're going to be on the East Coast for the next month. Why don't you come out on the weekends and get a taste of the life and see if this is something you really want to do. And I was like, well, I want to do it, but I'm going to come anyways because I would be retarded not to pass this up.
Right.
So all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, I'm now in Atlantic City with them at a 5-star Ocean City resort with 17 restaurants on the resort with my own restaurant card. I can go anywhere in the restaurant for free and do anything I want. And it was almost traumatic, like it was almost a traumatizing experience. When you go from like having this very small town life to all of a sudden I'm in this 5-star resort, I was like, this is nothing like a Super 8. Like this is
A little
I
overwhelmed,
was
would you say?
yeah, I was like, I don't belong here. Like I was bumping into shit. I was like fucking like I remember like when I got to that resort, the really nice one, right on the ocean, like all glass window room, insane. When I got to the resort, I like waited in line and then I got to the counter and the girl's like, reservation name. And I was like, I don't have a reservation. And she like looks up at me and she's like I'm like I'm a Sagittard. And
Sure.
she's like, I was like, I'm staying with, the opener. And I was like, he left a key here for me. I'm with the Matt Rife group. And all of a sudden it was like, you're Lauren. Oh, let us get your bag. Put that fucking bag down, bitch. What are you doing carrying your own bag? Give me that. She's like, can I get a bellboy over here for Lauren? Please bring her anything you
Wow.
want. She goes, here's your key card. Any of our 17 restaurants on us. You need room service, anything you need. I mean, and it was almost traumatizing in the way where I was like, again, like I said, I love attention, but it was traumatizing in the way where I was like, I didn't earn this. And I don't know how to handle this kind of attention. And I
Yeah.
don't feel like I earned it. And therefore it's not that exciting. It's really overwhelming and almost traumatizing.
Oh.
But for me, and then it was that trip where they all were like, you have to get out of upstate New York if you really want to do this, and you got to move to Austin, Texas. And then
Okay.
after that month, I went back to work and they left the East Coast. And that's when I picked up the third job. And 4 months later, I saved up 10 grand and I packed up my car and I moved here and I've been here ever since.
Wow.
And
That's a great story. And you are a
it's
great
incredible, isn't
storyteller.
it?
You did leave out
Thank
one
you.
part.
What? Did I fuck for the
Did you fuck Matt Rife?
Oh, no, 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 no. No, he
I
had a
would.
girlfriend at the
I might.
time.
I mean, I might
Oh,
actually.
I would fuck Matt Red.
No, I think I told him, I was like, Matt, the last time I was attracted to somebody that looked like you, my mom just got me the Ken doll for my 5th birthday. And I was like,
Right.
so he wasn't my type. His opener was very much his opener and I did wind up seeing each other for that month, and we're actually still friends today. But no, Matt had a girlfriend at the time, and Matt is such a very sweet, humble guy. Very shy,
Okay.
actually, I would even say. He was so sweet and so funny and so nice, and I very much enjoyed, spending time with him. I was very blessed. And for me, it was like very much a sign from the universe that I chose the right direction, and I was, what I was doing was right, and I shouldn't have any doubts. That was a very big sign. That was like, yes, and here's where you need to go, is Austin. So
Yeah,
here I
for
am.
sure.
See,
And now
so
I'm
now
on
you've
this
been in
huge
Austin
podcast with you guys fucking making it.
with
So
the greatest
we're doing
audio
great.
ever.
Yes, with the greatest audio on the fucking planet.
We don't have tech guys, all right? We're it. We're
What?
we're old. We don't. Anyway, it's all working now.
Yes.
Before we get into Austin, I got to go back to Saratoga Springs
Yeah.
because we are both huge Dave Matthews fans, and we have not been to one of the greatest venues on earth,
So we're told.
SPAC. Have you been to SPAC?
Oh my God. Yes.
Who have you seen at SPAC?
Oh my God, I miss SPAC so much. It is so
Really?
disgusting there. It's so awesome. It's like if you're quiet enough after the concert, you can hear the sound of a condom breaking in the woods. It's fucking dope. And SPAC is so much fun. I remember I started going to SPAC from a very young age. My first ever concert ever was at SPAC, and it was Nickelback.
Okay. Even better.
Yeah,
I've seen
and
them live. All right.
that is a personality trait. Okay, I am who I am today because my first concert was Nickelback, and I love that flex. And I was 12,
Fair enough.
and I got contact high for the first time. It was awesome. And I remember I was 15, and I think I went to see Dave Matthews with my friend Abby, and her older sister got us alcohol. And we got so drunk, and I remember we were walking past cops, and we were obliterated at this point. It's still daylight out. We drank Jaeger, and I was like, just act normal. We're walking past cops. Just don't stumble. And she's like, okay, I got it. This bitch face plants, boom, like a pancake on a skillet right in front of him. Like face hits concrete. And they come over and they're like, are you all right? And I was like, yeah, she's fine. Don't fucking touch her. And I was like, she just tripped. Get off of her, you fucking cops. You greedy, dirty cops. You dirty cops. And like 15 years old. And luckily they just didn't question us and they let us walk away. But I've fucked in a porta potty at SPAC. I've so many. Listen, okay, here's the thing about SPAC. You didn't go for the music. Like, you would go to a concert at SPAC just to go. And it was
Sure.
like a party. It was like a rager, like and it was an easy place for teenagers to go. SPAC is the best. You have to go to SPAC. Absolutely. If you go to Saratoga Springs, you gotta go to SPAC.
I had tickets to Dave Matthews last year for SPAC and ended up selling them.
No, go. It is so. I mean, I don't know what it would be like as like at this age. The last time I went to SPAC, I surprised my mom with Dixie Chicks concert at tickets, and my mom never goes out. She's a hermit, and so she got fucking wasted. And
Nice.
this was like a couple months
She
right
didn't
before I
fuck in
was
a porta
moving.
potty, did she?
No, but
Okay.
she took us to Taco Bell after, and then told me about her threesomes, and that was the last time I took my mom to a Dixie Chicks concert. Okay.
What's your mom's number?
Gina 518. Her name's Gina, but we like to call her Gina, and she gets so mad.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
So there are some stories you don't want to hear about mom, but I guess
Yeah. Yeah, that was,
did
I
you
was
share
like,
back with
okay,
her
I
that you
never
had
thought,
sex in the porta
I was
potty?
like, I never thought my beefy bean burrito wouldn't taste good. Thanks, Mom. Like,
Have you been able to have one since, or is that one like scratched off? You're like, I can never eat that again.
yeah, I get the chicken quesadilla now. Let's just say
Right.
that.
Right. It's like Malibu. I can't drink Malibu anymore. From when I was 15 years old, drank a whole bottle
Oh
of
my
it.
God. That was my go-to as well, Malibu. And now,
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore. It gives me a headache.
Gives me a lot of things.
So now, have you gone to right in Austin? Now, have you gone to any shows in the big arenas? And
No, I did
compare?
see Matt. I did see Matt Rife, but for concerts, no, I really don't. I have not been to one nightclub here since living here. I don't go out. I don't party. I mean, I go out, but like it's usually like after I've done a show, I'll stay out and get a couple drinks
Sure.
and stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I don't utilize the city as much as I should. I'd like to go
What?
see the
Missing out.
Spasmatics at Speakeasy. I've been going to them, but that's not
Okay.
a huge venue.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sweet. So let's talk more about the suicide mic, because you run the suicide mic, but you do it on Monday nights when Kill Tony is going on in Austin. That's
Yes.
a weird time.
Yeah, well, we start right after Kill Tony ends. And
that makes
I've
sense.
been very blessed to get the room that I have on the night that I have, because it is a resource to get an audience in there. We usually get that Kill Tony audience in
Okay.
because it's right next door. We hold it where the signups are. And then I'm blessed in the fact that, a lot of mothership people come, over during the mic to practice stuff, and that we use that to get an audience in. And yeah, so I think it's one of the only open mics where most of the time has a full real audience that aren't just comics. And,
Yeah.
that's why we get so many signups. So I've been very blessed to have the night that I have on the day that I have it.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
you don't do it every Monday, right? You do it one Monday a month.
Well,
every
no, we do
Monday?
it every Monday. And then once a month on a Monday, we do a booked showcase where I book 6 higher up comics and we advertise
Okay.
that out and stuff. So that's
Oh,
once
check
a
it out.
month. But every other Monday is the open mic, every Monday. And I I honestly, what I said before about suicide being an oxymoron, it's full of shit. Running that mic every Monday makes me want to kill myself. That's why it's called that. It's the same. I love it, and I love to see when a comic genuinely gets better. But for 87% of it is, I've been doing this mic for 2 years now, and 87% of these comics have told the same shitty joke, or they get fucked up and drunk, and it's brutal. And then when I'm like, that joke didn't work a year ago, and they're like, "Fuck you, you're a bitch," I'm like, okay, I'm the one that's had to listen to it every single Monday for the last year. I'm just telling you how it is, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know at this point, I may only be 2 years into comedy, and I'm still considered myself an amateur. 100%, that's amateur still,
Sure.
2 years in. But at this point, from running the open mic, I know good comedy at this point. I know
Yeah.
what's gonna work and what's not, and I know who's gonna, actually progress in this and who's not at this point from just running the open mic. So when I'm like, quit and, go to culinary school, I'm not being a dick. Find a different dream.
It's just not for everybody. We all know that.
And it's like, oh, I'm such a bitch, but you sign up, you'll sit around Shakespeare's for 4 hours every Monday waiting to get pulled on a show that is known for humiliating and
Right.
being brutal. But when I at my open mic, I'm like, hey dude, you suck. I'm all of a sudden like, you're gonna attack me and talk shit about me. That's again, like, make that make sense.
It doesn't.
Like, what
And
did you think was gonna happen on Kill Tony?
yeah. And
Do you know what I
I
mean?
mean, I watch and love Kill Tony, and but there are times that I'm watching Kill Tony that I go, really, what is the point of, why are you making fun of that? Like, I get if somebody has a shitty set, fine, but some of the stuff they go after people for, I'm like,
It's like they
really?
almost ask them questions, and then when they answer it, they make fun of the answer, and it's like,
Yeah,
it's the whole show is about, yeah, it's
That's
about,
what they have to
and then nothing
do.
against Tony and his brand. I love the Kill Tony brand, and I love what he can do for people, and he has done great things for people. But at the end of the day, it's really, yeah, it's humiliated people. I mean, it's to be brutal.
yeah,
So
yeah,
and the reason people will put up with it on that and let him annihilate them and let, somebody like Tony be like, you suck, and they'll take it, is because at least they still get 2 million views online,
yeah,
right?
absolutely. No such thing as bad pub, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
But when I say it and I'm being genuine and I'm not even doing it in front of 2 million people humiliating you, and I'm just pulling you aside and being like, this joke doesn't work, all of a sudden I'm like a raging bitch. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I don't know what to tell you then.
So yeah. So do you retaliate at all? Do you find your like? Do you enjoy roast comedy? So does that come out at all?
Yeah, I'm not at the
It seemed
open
like
mic.
you'd be good
Yes,
at it.
I am known for roasting them at the open mic, and not even necessarily about their jokes. But I mean, yeah, I just at the open mic. In general, I wouldn't consider myself a roast comic.
yeah. It's a different sort of talent, but
Different breed. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're open. Do you have open micers who have said, fuck it, I'm not coming back to your open mic then?
Oh yeah, we've lost very much regulars that used to sign up, and I've even heard it, like people talking shit about it, and it's like, we still get we still get so many signups. It's like, I don't care.
Yeah,
If you can't, don't dish it out if you can't lick it up.
yeah, for sure.
So if you don't want to sign up, I don't care. Like, I've had this brand. I even had a girl recently, she tried to skip the line and she kept trying to break the rules and she kept trying to sneak, to get her name higher up on the list. And I told her, she was a new comic. She maybe had been doing comedy for like 4 minutes. And she was at Kill Tony signups, and I'd already heard shitty things about her. And I told her that night, I said, you know what, you're done. You're not signing up. These are the rules for everybody. It's nothing against you. Because she was like, what's your problem with me? I go, nothing. I don't know you. This is the rules for everybody.
Right.
I don't, even my friends. And I go, no, you have to wait in line. There's a huge line. And you're already here. And then the next day she messaged me on Instagram talking shit. Like, keep. So then she got banned from the open mic. I was like, okay, you know, like you don't come back at all. And she even messaged, and she said to me, she goes, well, you have a bad reputation for being mean, is what she said. And I was like, actually, I have a bad reputation for being a slut. So clearly you haven't been in the scene that long, and you're you're below an open micer because you haven't even done your homework. But
Yeah,
you know,
right. Would you?
So
I've
like
gotten
we've
Big
had
Macs, bitch.
yeah, fucking. Listen, I will say this though, because if we're gonna release this, people are gonna come after. I have never actually had slept with anybody to gain in my career ever. I've never cheated in any capacity of my life ever.
Sure.
Ever.
We'll make sure that part gets out.
I simply accept opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. Why
Like,
wouldn't you?
you know,
You
but I've
have to.
never.
You
If
got
I've there's been times where I've known somebody's like gonna that like who wants to hook up and they're gonna offer me something in return, and I won't do it. I know when somebody's offering me a spot on a show because they think I'm pretty or they want to just like talk to me, and I won't do it. I'll be like, have you seen me before somewhere else? Then why are you offering me a spot on your show? I've never cheated ever.
And you've been around sleazy guys enough to know
It's easy
the
to
way
do.
to pick them out.
I had someone huge say to me, how can I help you? What can I do for you now that you've moved here? And I was like, nothing. I was like, I don't even know why you're asking me that. I don't want in any capacity, any help. I want to do this right. And that, you know, my reputation at first was bad because of, you know, is she a clout chaser? Does she sleep around?
Sure.
And why is she doing it? But it was at this point, people have realized, okay, if she was sleeping around to get opportunities, she'd be way further in her career at this point. Right. So I knew if I just gave it time, people would realize that. Like, she's not famous yet. So obviously, yeah, maybe she slept with this person, but
Or sleeping with the wrong
she's
people.
not. Yeah, she's not famous. So like obviously she didn't take whatever he was offering. So now like my reputation is so much better, you know, just giving it time and proving, you know, that I'm more than willing to put in the work and do it, you know, do it right. I have no interest in using the way I look to gain anything in comedy.
Comedians are so catty.
Yeah. They can be.
Dude, the bookers
Where
and the club owners, I'm banned from Creek in the Cave.
You're banned from what?
I'm, you know, Creek in the Cave Comedy Club. I'm
No,
banned from. Okay, so Creek in the Cave is a huge club in Austin, and I'm
Okay.
banned from that club.
Oh, and would there be a reason for that? Do you agree with the reason for it, or do you disagree?
No, so the owner, I'd been going there 8 months, never blacked out there. I'd done a couple shows there actually at that point. I was very respectful there. She approached me. I knew she like didn't really like me that much because of the rumors. And out of like 8 months after going there, like she approached me one night very intoxicated. And she said that I was sent here from New York to spy on her. And I was eavesdropping on all of her conversations and spying on her because I was an undercover journalist.
Wow.
And
Imagination.
yeah, good schizophrenia
Yeah.
is what I would say. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then she asked me to leave and never come back, and then I was banned. So
Wow.
yeah,
Okay. So you have.
I had some pretty crazy rumors spread about me for sure.
What did you get enough to write a good article?
Oh yeah, I was like, I actually like hit my recorder and I was like, "Can you talk slower?" I was like, "And can you actually like repeat all that you said?" And like,
Repeat it. My audio wasn't working. I gotta fix it.
yeah, I like clicked. I was like, click, and I was like, "Can you repeat that?" But like, slow it down. Stop slurring your words so much.
Hey, one time we had a Playboy Playmate on here, and we forgot to turn the camera on. So
What was the point? You know?
yeah. So
I'm not even gonna.
audio is nothing.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
could have had you this sign language.
Yeah. I could have just sat here and smiled, and you would have gotten so many views.
We're
Pretty girls help. I'm not gonna lie.
I listen, and I agree. And you know what? It's so in high school, I didn't look anything like, and I'm not even sucking my own tit and saying I'm gorgeous. Like I'm not like, oh my God, yeah, I'm so hot. But like, it's not naive to me that I you know am attractive.
Mhm.
And But in high school, I didn't look like this at all, actually. Like, if you saw a picture of me in high school, you wouldn't even recognize me. People I went to high school with today don't even recognize me. My whole life, I was bullied in high school, and my whole life, all I wanted to be was the pretty girl, and I just wanted to be beautiful. And now that I feel like, from what other people have said, that I'm at that point, I realize it's gotten me absolutely nowhere in life. In fact, it tends to hurt me, especially in comedy. It tends to hurt
Yeah.
me. The only thing it got me was out of speeding tickets and some free drinks.
Yeah, I do.
Right.
Other
I agree
than
with you.
that,
I do think attractive females have a harder time in comedy because we don't want to find you funny. It's a weird thing.
it's not even that. It's just like you see me and you automatically are like, that girl's gonna fuck her way to the top. And
Sure.
that's what it was. The second I got here and I was swarmed like bees to honey, every booker and comedy club owner was like, that girl's gonna fuck her way to the top. And I totally understand that perspective and that stereotype they had against me, because have there been beautiful girls in comedy or any type of performing art that did fuck their way to the top? Absolutely. And these bookers and these club owners have seen that firsthand. They have seen that actually happen. And so when they stereotyped me that way, I wasn't even like offended or like thought they were crazy. I was like, I totally understand their point of view and where they're coming from.
Yeah.
It was when it came to the point of not even giving me a chance and like banning me from a club when you'd never even had a conversation with me. That's when I had a problem.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
there was another club owner, a female club owner, who also, stereotyped me and had suspicions and didn't like me at first, who never banned me from her club. And at this point had actually willingly had a conversation with me at one point, and now we follow each other on Instagram and we're very pleasant. Even though she very much felt the same way that this other club owner did. The problem was
Okay.
with this other club owner, you never even had a conversation with me, and you're going to take away a club from me, and which is could give me a lot of opportunities one day, based completely on your stereotype. At that point, now you are in the wrong completely.
Yeah.
Kind of
I
an
don't
asshole.
care
Yeah.
what you've seen in the past. I don't care, what proof you have of other female comics doing it. You can use that to have the stereotype against me. Fine, I understand that and even agree with it. But when you ban me from your club and you've never even asked me what my real last name is, this is a you problem, and I don't like you, and you need to grow the fuck up.
Wow. Yeah, and that is. I mean, the Creek and the Cave is obviously a big venue down there, so
Mm-hmm.
big for the
Yeah,
comedy
and
scene.
like they run Skank Fest and stuff, so it's like I know, like everyone's like it's just a club, but it's like, well, I'll never get Skank Fest. I'll never. There's a lot of, it's not just a club, and so many people are like, reach out to her at this point, and it's like I'm doing fine without it, and it took me
Yeah.
so long
Someday
to
maybe
get
if
that
she's
weight.
ever dies. I mean,
Just wait her out.
just wait her out.
Oh, the day that happens, I am sucking dick in the green room there, dude. I am blacking out now. I don't wish that on her, obviously. I think
No, we don't.
no.
I don't know who she is, but we don't wish that on her. But let's just say she takes a different job and moves on. Then
Right.
then
That
we go.
seems, yeah.
That seems
Yeah,
a little
and I think at
not
this
as
point,
morbid.
like I've heard it quite a bit that like people are saying she's, at this point becoming a liability to the club, and that's just, the talk of the mill. I have nothing involved with that club. And it used to weigh for like a year, like so heavily on my shoulders that
Yeah, I
this
would
was a
imagine.
thing, and
Yeah.
it really depleted me. And at this point, I've been passed at like a lot of the clubs around here lately. Like I've been approved to start doing real shows there. And so I've realized recently, like, I don't need that club, and I don't need to reach out and try and make it right. And I don't need her, and I don't. I'm fine.
And here's the thing: if you continue to escalate on the comedy scene, eventually she's gonna have to change her. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be
That's
her
what
loss
everyone
eventually.
says too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know everyone said that too. And you know what? That at this point, it's like, I think even if I got to that point, I don't think I will ever set foot in that club ever again. You know, one, because I think it would just be humiliating too, regardless. Like I don't like negative attention, and walking back into that club, no matter what reason I would be there for, people would give me a bad look. You know, and I just wanted everyone to forget about that night. And also, I will never do anything for her. I will never share my gift. I also
Help her
just have
out,
to say
yeah.
this. this one, you know who she is? She's a very angry person. She's known for lashing out. She's known for drinking a lot. And she's an adult bully, is what I've always said. And that's like the worst kind of adult you can be.
Yeah.
And it is. Like, you're a
Yeah,
bully. You're
absolutely.
not even a mean person, you're a bully. And I'm not the only one that'll say that. I understand it, because if I was somebody that was constantly for my whole life surrounded by people with amazing talent when I myself am so talentless, I
That's
would
where
be
you're going.
pretty fucking angry at the world too.
Right. Amen to
You know,
that.
imagine your whole adult life, you're just surrounded by all these people who are making it and becoming famous and have this amazing talent, and you yourself have zero talent at all.
Yeah.
The only difference between her and the Kardashians is that the Kardashians have money. Think about it.
Wow.
Money
Good
solves a
for
lot of problems.
Yeah,
Yes.
so when you're talentless and you're going broke, yeah, I
Ye-
would be fucking mad too. I would bully pretty girls too.
Right?
I can't imagine
Well,
what it's like to be so talentless and be surrounded by talent all the time and just see what you will never have. And that's all
Absolutely.
I'll continue to
So
say on
you
that
mentioned
person.
negative attention before, which you don't like. I understand, but positive attention is that.
Mhm.
And maybe I'm wrong, but I see that you enjoy Halloween quite a bit. I'd
Yeah.
say your costumes give you some
Yeah.
positive attention because you are a phenomenal Jessica Rabbit.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Yes, the Jessica Rabbit. I just like dressing. I was a makeup artist in New York. I owned
Okay,
my own LLC, so I enjoy the makeup, and it's just fun to dress up, you know. And it makes me feel pretty to dress up. And that's what I kind of mean. In that way, no, I'm not looking for attention. That's for me, and because I enjoy doing it, I'm having fun.
Yeah.
I guess I wouldn't say like positive attention. I like earned attention.
well, if
I
you put
like
effort
the
into a
kind of
costume and it looks good, that's earned
yeah, of
positive attention.
course.
In my
Right.
opinion, that's where I was going with it.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. And that is nice and that is fun. But for that aspect of it, it's more just fun for me. Of course, it's nice to get the glances and stuff and people be like, "Wow, your costume's so cool." But it's a different story when I'm on stage and somebody's like, "You were
Yeah.
amazing in that play," or "That joke is so funny." It's like that's something I truly worked towards, and that's a great feeling.
So does it take you like Halloween's over? I'm planning my next costume, or because
Yeah.
or
I do,
yeah,
I like to dress up. I love, just being somebody else for the night besides, my retarded self.
what do you think? You're excited.
I think
Sagittarius.
next
Sagittarius.
year, yeah, I don't, yeah, it's nice to be Jessica Rabbit instead of a Sagittarius for the night. You know what? Actually, my next Halloween costume, I'm gonna be a Sagittarius. I don't
Oh,
know. I don't know what that costume would entail, but I think that would be a fun thing to find out.
All right. You
Maybe,
got
maybe
plenty
a
of time to figure it
dinosaur with Down syndrome is what I picture when I say a Sagittarius.
you invented the word. You can create the definition and look. So go to
Right,
town.
right. Yeah, so I know Halloween's just fun, and I like dressing up for the open mic, and it was just my dad loved Halloween too. My dad loved Halloween so much he dressed up like a heroin addict every day. So
R.I.P.
Yeah.
who am I gonna? Yeah, damn it! Who am I gonna start my cocaine with?
What the?
It's
Or
so
some
funny
of
because
the. Go
I was
ahead.
20 years old and when we did that together, and he like went down to go do a line, and then he looks up at me and he goes, "You tell your mother about this, you're fucking grounded for life." And I was like, "Okay, I'm 20 and you're doing it too." And he was like, and I was like, "Geez, all right." I was like, "I won't tell mom about it." God.
What tell
Fucking, can
mom?
you hurry up and fucking snort that line? It's my turn. Give me the fucking
Don't take it
$5
all.
bill.
So
Yo,
you better
puff,
tell
puff,
your mom.
pass, dad. Fucking puff, puff, snort, snort, pass.
You
Okay?
better tell your mom not to watch this.
Oh, my mom knows it now. Yeah, my mom
Okay.
knows.
All
Yeah.
right. We're safe.
Yeah. Yeah, she knows.
Whew.
Yeah. Yeah, I trip mushrooms with my mom now. She knows I've done cocaine with all my siblings and stuff. The night my mom got married, after the after party, my siblings and I all went back to my mom's house. She went away for the night. We went back to my mom's house and we all did blow together. And I remember that was the one and only time I ever drove drunk, actually. I'll admit that. The one and only time. And I actually had to pull over to throw up. And then I got home and I threw up in the backyard before I went in the house where my siblings were. And then the next morning, my parents came home and my stepdad was like, we were all passed out upstairs in my room. And he like barged in and he goes, you motherfuckers. And we woke up and he goes, which one of you fucking bastards threw up on your grandfather's memorial outside?
Oh,
And at this point, my sister Corinne had left, right? She went home because she had kids.
No, you
And
didn't.
my mom,
You didn't.
so Corinne was always the drinker, and she was like a very bad teenager, and she was always the problem child. So it was so easy for my other
Oh.
siblings and I to just look at each other and be like, we think Corinne did it. And then my mom was like, oh, real nice. Real nice. She drove with the kids in the car home, too. She's driving drunk with the kids. And we were like, yeah, that's fucked up. Like, damn, she wasn't even the poor.
That's why she
She
threw up
obviously
before she
wasn't.
drove.
She had like one glass of champagne at the wedding. You know, obviously she did not drive. Did she do blow at the house? Yeah, but the kids were asleep.
Oh,
She
well.
left in the morning. She left early in the morning when she was sober, but she didn't get drunk. But we were like, yeah, that fucking Corinne driving drunk with the kids and throwing up on Poppy's memorial. Oh my God. It was, I'm sorry, Mom. It was me.
So you
I
are
threw
admitting to
up.
something.
I threw
Well,
up
you-
on Poppy's memorial.
You do
Like,
post a lot of texting with Ma. So
yes.
she may be
Yes,
after
people
watching this,
love-
she may be texting you again.
People love the text message with my mom. My mom is so fucking crazy. She is a blonde white woman with fake tits. She thinks the N-word is funny. Like she'll say it like she's a child and doesn't know what she's doing. You know, when a kid is like,
Yeah.
fuck, and you're like,
Yeah.
they're 5, so you're like, haha, don't say that. And they don't know what that means. That's like my mom with the N-word. I can't. She won't say it in public though. She'll just like whisper it in my ear, and I'm like, get the fuck. I'm like, you're making my butthole tight right now when you do shit like that. What's the matter with you? She'll text me and be like, you know,
Will your mom do the podcast?
dude, she would too. She's so fun and she's so crazy. I'm so proud of my mom. My mom used to be like a raging cunt, and now she's. And now she's like, she goes to therapy and like she's like so supportive. And so my mom is like a totally different person. And I'm really proud of my mom today and who she became and how she worked towards to become, you know, the mom I always wanted. So super, just want to shout that out. Really proud of my mom. She's good.
For her.
She's really,
Good for Gina.
she's fucking, stop saying the N-word, Mom, though, because I just told the internet and they're going to come after you. Although she's hot, so it doesn't.
Well,
She's like
yeah.
allowed.
she might be able to get away with it then.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So that does it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That helps
Yeah.
out, that's for sure.
I gotta know.
Yeah,
Now that you've spoken the Long Island accent a little bit, did you ever finish that bagel sandwich, or because you made the little clip about making a bagel sandwich and then you burnt your hand?
Oh,
I don't know if
yeah.
was
So I
the
realized
hand
after
burning
I-
supposed to be part of it?
No, I realized after I posted it that you couldn't see the bagel was in the toaster beforehand. So it looks like I just got scared of a bagel for a second.
Kinda. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. And so I posted it and I was like, oh, okay, Sagittard moment. It looks like I just picked up the bagel and was like, bagel. But no, I had taken it out of the toaster and it was burnt where I grabbed it. So it was hot. And that was completely actually a real blooper. And I did, in fact, yes, continue making the bacon, egg, and cheese, salt, pepper, ketchup on a plain bagel. And
But
I
you
did
never
eat it.
posted
didn't
the reel.
record
We don't know how to make it. You never.
Yeah, because I'm like autistic. So like at that point, I was like, I'm mad and I don't want to do it anymore.
Okay, well, we're putting in a request that you finish that so we know how it goes.
I'm the worst cook. I don't cook. I can't even cook cereal. Like it's insane. but I am from Long Island, so the only thing I can cook is an incredible bacon, egg, and cheese, salt, pepper, ketchup on a plain bagel. Absolutely every time.
Ketchup.
Yes. I
That's
know
the
every time I
secret.
tell a guy that, they're like, let's go. Like, yeah, like they're so excited for me to make it for them in the morning. I
Well,
was
yeah.
like, joke's on
That's it.
you, dude. I'm gonna wake up instantly, rip ass, and then Uber home. I'm not making you shit. I'm gonna go home and make myself one. I'm fucking feral. I'm like a feral fairy. I'm so
Oh, my
feral.
God.
It's awful. I just stopped caring. Once your dad dies, you're like, oh yeah, I don't give a fuck.
That's where it is. See, so everything centers back to dad dying. Big.
No, I wouldn't say that. I would say I
Okay.
am my dad. I would say, and then when he died, I accepted that. I used to try and hide how loud and obnoxious I was, and I used to be really insecure about it, and I used to make myself small, and I used to be just really insecure about who I was or who I wanted to be on the inside. And then my dad died, and I realized that all those parts of me that I tried to hide and that I hated are the parts I got from him. You know, I was that my dad was loud and obnoxious and inappropriate, and I am very, very much like my dad. So after he died, it was like, I loved that about my dad, and everybody loved that about my dad. And that's
Oh.
where I got that from. That's what makes me him. So that's evidence that he is in fact, my dad, and so it's not so much like everything comes back to the dad thing. It was more, just me realizing I don't, why should I hide the parts of me that I loved the most about him?
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Well, I don't. I'm waiting for the next thing, but
I'm just trying
I know.
to catch
coming
my
out of her
breath.
mouth, but yeah.
You can ask me anything. Go ahead. We're having fun. I'm here.
Well, yeah, it's that. I just know that just thinking back, look at your stuff and the love of Rapunzel that you have, or is it a little jealousy there? What's your thing with
Yeah.
Rapunzel?
So when I was in elementary school, there was a book in the library that I would read in the back shelves all the time, and it was like the OG story of Rapunzel, like the old storybook, and the book was beautiful. The illustrations were beautiful. It was like big, chunky,
Mhm.
like one of those old ones. And I would read it all the time, and it was the original story of Rapunzel. And for elementary school, it was actually very provocative, and not in a way where it says they have sex, but she does get pregnant in the book, and so basically the original story of
That's
Rapunzel is,
magic.
yeah, and so he climbs up the tower, and she's never seen a man before, so naturally she fucks him that night. And that's what happens. Like he comes up and she's terrified of him. And then I think in the book he like strips naked because she doesn't even know what a man is. So
Oh, wow.
and then the story continues, like it doesn't get into detail, but it continues. He like visited her every day after that, and they fell in love. And then
Of
the
course he did.
stepmother noticed, of course. And then the stepmother noticed one day when tying up her corset that she had grown a belly and that she was pregnant, and she cut off a piece of Rapunzel's hair, threw her out of the tower. And then when he came up the next day using the cut off hair, she also then threw him out the window, and he landed in a thorn bush, became blind, and then for the next 9 months walked Earth blind looking for Rapunzel, who was now living in the woods, and she had given birth to twins. And
Jesus, this is dark.
yeah,
All those
yep,
kid stories
and
were dark.
yeah,
So
they
Disney
were
got a
dark,
hold
and
of them.
he eventually does find her in the woods, and when he finds her,
Yeah.
she all of a sudden, that's when she discovers the magic in her hair. She heals his blindness, and then they travel to the kingdom together where she's, found, and they raise their twins. And the original story is her mother was sick, and she needed the flower Rapunzel, which was the name of the flower, and the father stole it from the next door neighbor, and who was a witch, and she said, you can have this flower, but I want your child.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I was just like obsessed, and I just like, Rapunzel was like my favorite princess then.
And still to this day.
Yeah, her and Ariel, but I just think Ariel is like really beautiful.
It is. I feel creepy by ever saying that. She's hot.
Yeah. But Rapunzel's
That's
just like
weird.
a cool story. I don't know. It's just the lore. I love lore. And that's a story that's got some real lore in it that you wouldn't know about. It's like a whole genre in itself.
Yeah, that's
So
crazy.
I love it. Yeah.
And what was your favorite character you played in high school as the lead? Because if you didn't get the
Mm.
lead, you weren't going to be in it.
I actually, I really started to do the plays my junior and senior year after joining musical theater, and I actually all the plays that I was in, I actually never played like in a play that was already written. I co-wrote every play. So,
Oh,
yeah.
what?
So we in the musical theater class, we actually my junior and senior year, we wrote a play from scratch, the music and the script and the storyline and everything, and I was the lead in both of those. Um,
Obviously.
and I even produced music, obviously, because I told my musical theater teacher, "I'm not doing it unless I'm the lead." And I'm not gonna waste my time with being one of these side characters. I'm not a side
No, thank
character.
you.
I knew who I was, I needed, I just knew, like, I was good enough, and I was, because she wouldn't have given it to me if I wasn't. But,
Right.
um the first play, I actually winded up coming up with the plot on accident during a like an exercise in musical theater classes. I winded up coming up with the whole plot. So, yeah, I actually both plays that I was in the lead in, I co-wrote and I produced music for as well. And actually, the governor of New York winded up coming to the my senior play that I co-wrote, and I had a custom made white gown hand sewn for me that is still hanging up in the history museum in my town today in a case.
Wow, that's incredible.
Geez, there you go.
Thank you. Thank
Very
you. That was
cool.
I applied that in that play. I was Inez Milholland, who led the women's suffrage movement. So that she was a real person, but we still wrote the
Okay.
play up from
Yeah.
scratch.
So
So yeah,
uh, have you ever thought about dusting off some of these old plays and see where it
I
could
would
take you, or
love.
send them to people?
Yeah,
Maybe rewrite it a little bit from a teenager's mindset today. But
yeah. I think I would write a new play, and I think I really want to get into like TV acting. I think that would be like my ultimate dream come true, is to like get on the big screen. Broadway and stage acting's fun. But at the end of the day, I want something that you can watch again,
Oh, sure.
okay,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
it does. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I
sure.
love acting though. I remember in the senior play, Ida Milholland in real life during a speech fainted and died on spot. She had a type of disease that she didn't know about, where her red blood cells were just like dying off, and she collapsed on stage in the middle of a speech and died. And so I had to perform that. And I remember, like, I doing the speech, I had to act like I was getting sweaty and out of breath, and then I just pass out. And I hit the floor so hard. Like, I went full blown into it. Like, I totally went limp and smashed the back of my head off the stage, that I remember hearing my mother scream in the audience. Like, I mean,
Wow.
everybody like got up and was like, "Oh my fucking god!" Like, my principal got up out of his seat. Like, started to rush towards the stage, and of course they were like, "Close the curtain." And then I played a second character in that play, an old lady, like a side part. So with a wig on. So like I passed out, the stage closes. I can hear everybody freaking out, and they're freaking out. Like, my mom is like, Is she okay?" Like, they really just thought I passed out.
Mhm.
And then the next scene opens up and me in the old lady costume. And I remember the whole audience, like, for a second, like after the curtain opened, it was dead silent. Like, before I went into my first line. And all of a sudden everybody just erupted into this huge applause. And they were just shocked that that wasn't real. And so again, I don't want to suck my own tit, but I committed. I was very committed.
Obviously, you committed.
Yeah.
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 Well, and
And that was a great moment.
concuss
That
yourself for the
was,
part.
yeah. And that hurt. Um, that, like, and
Yeah.
I did that, and now I have autism. I was like, "Ah, fuck."
Oh,
That was it.
there it is.
That was it.
But
Yeah.
every great
That's
thing
what
comes with sacrifice, and I
I was like. I'm
guess
no longer a Sagittarius. I've got a little turd in there now too. Fuck. But I loved
it.
stage acting, and that was a very defining moment, and where I was like, oh yeah, wow, I have this talent, um, born in me.
So
So.
is there any thoughts of going from Austin to LA at some point?
Yeah, I've definitely thought about it. LA is very expensive, and I know it's not what it used to be. That's what everybody says.
Right.
So right now, I definitely would love to move to LA at some point, but I'm not in a position right now to do that, and there's nothing leading me there right now. But the second I see something that says, like,
Well,
that's there for
there
me,
is a
that I know is there,
yeah,
I'd go.
but there's a big push in Las Vegas with film and film
Mhm.
company there now. We've had quite a few
Mhm.
guests that have been making movies there,
Mhm.
out of
Yeah,
Hollywood because of how shitty Hollywood's gotten.
yeah,
Well, as a
yeah.
thought,
That's different. I also think Austin's gonna become the new LA, and that's what people say too. Like, wait a couple years, and the movie scene is gonna then come here. I mean, everybody's moving here, all the
Yeah.
big
yeah,
people. So it's like everyone's like, wait a couple years, and the movies. This is gonna be the new LA. Movies
Yeah.
are gonna be here. So I'm happy where I'm at right now, and I'm working hard, and my comedy has just recently really gotten to a place where I can be paid, for shows, and
Uh-huh.
clubs are asking me to do, not just open mics, and for the first time the last couple months, I feel really good about the decision I made.
That's awesome.
well, it's worth it.
Yeah, it
All
took
that
a
hard work
while.
you
It took
did.
a long
Yeah.
time, but
Well, you're here.
it's
Congrats,
proof.
yeah, to you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks. Yeah,
There,
I
yeah, we
feel.
get a lot bigger things to happen
Bigger
as you
things.
go on.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I'm headed in a good direction. It was hard. It was really, the first year was really tough on me, and I thought a lot about giving up, and I had a lot of
Sure.
reasons that I should have probably given up. But I just want to be, a example to other people that if you just give things time and you don't feed into it, and sometimes you just have to turn your cheek for the sake of the show.
Mhm.
Um Shout out to Kelly Clarkson for saying that.
Okay.
Then if I'm a prime example of, like, it you'll get there. People, just stay quiet, do your thing, don't even try and fight the rumors. If you have the opportunity to speak your truth, take it, but don't try and fight it.
Uh-huh.
And
Yep.
things just really do take time, and you just got to let it roll past. My dad's favorite quote, he always said, and I'm actually going to get it tattooed one day. And if you actually look at his Facebook, that's still up. It's in his bio. Everything he always said is number one advice: life goes on. That was it.
That's
Anything you
right.
went to him about, he'd be like, life goes on. And that's, I live by that now. Life will go on. And that's just that.
With
I
or
mean,
without you,
which is kind of ironic because his didn't. But
right?
now that I'm
Oh,
thinking
there we
about it,
go.
that's kind of ironic. But
Well,
Right.
I think that's as good a place as any to say thank you for spending some time with us. Let everybody know
yeah.
where to find you, what you got coming up,
Yes.
and promise us that you'll come back and do it again because this was a blast.
Yeah, I'm sorry I talked so much. I feel like I didn't let you guys talk. Oh, I
No,
apologize. I
that's
do
We
perfect.
that.
want they want to hear you, not us.
Yeah. No, you can follow me, Lauren.Allen on Instagram. I've got some good shows coming up. I'm opening for Jamar, comic named Jamar. I'm opening for him at the San Marcos Visitor Center, January 24th. I'm super excited to be opening for a bigger comic for the first time.
Yeah.
So check out tickets for that. And shout out to my brand, the Suicide Mike. And thank you so much, guys, for having me. We went way over time, and I loved it. It was so fun.
No,
It was worth it. Yeah.
it's always great. And when people tell you are a great storyteller, it's absolutely true. You can spin a yarn, as the old folks like to say. So
Thank you. Thank you
it's
so much.
yeah. No, we sit and talk to you all night, but I got to go home and have some dinner.
Yeah, I gotta go get laid. So
Oh,
Well,
your stuff like more fun, but
I
um,
need.
hey,
Listen, mommy's hungry and she's craving a Big Mac. So I gotta go have
yeah.
sex.
hey, Lauren, me too. I'm gonna go get laid too. So
Absolutely. That just leaves one loser here then.
Hey, well, yeah,
he's jerking off.
yeah. So I'm kind
Yeah.
of right.
Yeah. Yeah. All
Well,
right.
thank
Well,
you
this
so
was
much
great.
again.
Thank you for having me. Seriously, I would love to do it again sometime.
We will,
Yeah,
we
we
will
will.
definitely be hitting you up for a second go around of this. It's obvious you have more stories to tell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Plenty. We didn't even
All
put
right.
a dent.
All right.
Ooh, perfect.
All right. Have
All
a good
right.
Looking
night.
forward to it. All right.
Thank you so
Good night.
much, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening. The tavern is closed for now, but we'd love to have you back for more fun next time. Seriously, though, get your asses out of here.